Hi, and welcome to my fifth and final segment in my series, Getting Your Financial House in Order. Today I'm going to be discussing the last few items that address financial preparing, the flip side of financial planning. Then we'll summarize the whole list and discuss why it might be relevant and important for you, whether you're working with me or another financial professional. So what do I mean about financial preparing? I'm reminded of a bumper sticker or a couple versions of the same bumper sticker that I've seen over the years that said, if you want to make God laugh, tell him or her your plans. For all the great strategizing and planning and saving that you do, there's still no guarantee that everything's going to work out just the way you hope. That's why I strongly encourage that you do an analysis for life insurance and long-term care. That doesn't mean that I think everybody should go out and buy a whole bunch. But educating yourself on whether or not it fits into your plan is a really important part of our process. Now, each of these two topics is way too robust to go into a comprehensive review in this short video, but let's go over some of the things that you may want to consider. Now, here's the part where you get a shameless plug. I believe that it's of value for you to work with a professional on these topics because not only might they have the knowledge and experience, but also the ability to pull up calculators and planning tools to give you the material to educate yourself so that you know you're making the right decision. For life insurance, it's pretty basic. You just break it down to, first off, whether you need it or not. Is it to pay off debt, for income for your survivor, to give to charity, to leave money for kids? There may be a couple other reasons, but that's kind of it for most people that I work with. For some, insurance planning does get a little more complicated, especially if you're talking about paying estate taxes and things like that. But this today is meant to be more of a general discussion. For long-term care or extended care, it may not be as obvious because even though the odds are that most of us will need some type of care, whether in home or in a facility, we don't know for certain if and when and for how long. So there are some other things to think about when you're doing that needs analysis. But I would look at two important points. One, what would be the impact on your wealth if something happened to you and you needed care either at home or in a facility for 1, 2, 3, 5, 20 years? And two, and I think this is the most important of the two, what would be the impact or burden on your family members if you couldn't take care of yourself? I'll end by saying or reassuring you that there are actually a lot of solutions out there today that didn't exist several years ago. So don't think from past conversations that you know your options. Find somebody to help you, and I think they can be a good guide. You did it. You made it through all the steps. There are a lot of guides out there. I'm not saying this is the only one to use or it has everything you need. And maybe you don't need all of these steps, but I do believe that if you do follow something similar, try not to do it all at once, take it in bites. But if you have a list like this done, you not only have your financial house in order, but you've wrapped up your list in a nice, neat bow and can confidently head into, hopefully, a wonderful retirement life. Thank you.